Yo, what's good, Hollow Cult? It's Wednesday, so you know what that means. It's the night shift, and we are back, just like that, to hang out for a little bit, talk about some weird stuff. Just kick it. Just kick it.
See what happens.
See what is good. Right off the rip, we'll go through the spiel. Hit the like button, the subscribe button, the notification bell, all of that YouTube jargon, and help us out. Share the show. Do whatever. It's cool. Whatever. Hope everybody had a good day. No, Twiz, not a 24-hour stream. I actually am driving to Dallas tonight again at probably leave about 3 o'clock. So quick turnaround.
Fun.
Quick old turnaround. What's good? What's good, everybody? It's good to have everybody in the old chat here. Trying to think of anything weird going on. I don't know, man. Social's been pretty politically driven, so the weirdness is kind of taking a back seat.
It has been pretty political. It still is currently, even though it's over with, essentially.
Yeah. It'll be a talking point for a hot minute.
Yeah. Probably for a long while.
Yeah.
Although I am Twiz kindly reminded me of it. I am extremely upset, kind of, that a squirrel was killed. I do not like that.
Oh God. I did see some meanderings about that, and that's crazy.
It's tyranny.
It's what it is. It's fucking crazy. It is crazy.
Absolute tyranny. I personally love squirrels. I think squirrels are awesome. I've always had an affinity for them. And it sucks that someone would take out anger on a squirrel. They're just little tree rats. They don't do nothing. Leave them be.
Yeah.
Mind your business.
If they'll come and euthanize your squirrel, think what they'll do to our podcast equipment.
I know. Yeah. Poor squirrel. My thoughts go out to you, little homie.
Godspeed.
Yeah.
Godspeed.
I remember when I worked in Quincy. He followed me around all day, ironically enough, as I was working. I called him Captain Hook, though, because he was missing a hand. He was still mobile, though. He'd get up on fences and run around, and he hung out with us most of the day. It's weird, but it was cool.
Yeah, that was wild. I only caught like the tail end of that. I saw Elon talking about it on X. I'm like, why in the F is he talking about this squirrel so much?
Nobody wants to hurt squirrels, man. Squirrels are cool.
Yeah. It's crazy.
How can you not like a good squirrel?
Did you hear about the goat that murdered
No.
the owner and a young girl's getting $300K because of it? No. I did not hear that. Kicked in someone's door for a squirrel and a raccoon. That is nuts.
Speaking of Australian, our friend Jeff from Australia, I started listening to a story podcast, and I swear it's him. It sounds just like him.
Is he in here?
I don't think so. I haven't seen him yet, but it is weird because it sounds so much like you. Really good story too. So if it's you, hats off. I'm sold. I want to hear more. You better get on it. Hey, you know what? Go ahead and send me season 2. Let's get this rolling.
He had talked about dabbling in the podcast world a while ago.
Yeah. If it is him, it's a fantastic.
That'd be sick.
It's called Bunker 8. Pretty rad podcast. I recently got hooked on it. I did see. I meant to save it. I don't think I did, like a dumb. Oh yeah, I did. We gotta find it though. Oh, maybe I didn't. Idiot. But it's November 14th.
That's funny that you say what you're going to say because I just saw that on Reddit.
They're having a hearing.
Yeah.
On the UFO phenomenon. What was it? What was the title?
The Oversight and Accountability Committee of the U.S. House of Representatives have posted an official notice regarding the November 13th, 2024 hearing before its Cybersecurity and National Security Committee titled UAP Exposing the Truth.
That's it. Exposing the truth.
Very interesting. Let me see the notice here. To the Congress of the United States, Joint Subcommittee Hearing Notice to all members, Committee on Oversight and Accountability, Subcommittee on Cybersecurity, Information Technology, and Government Innovation, and the Subcommittee on National Security, the Border and Foreign Affairs joint hearing of the Unidentified Anomalous Phenomenon Exposing the Truth on Wednesday, November 13th, 2024 at 11 a.m. Eastern. The subcommittee on all those words that I just said will hold a joint hearing titled Unidentified Anomalous Phenomenon Exposing the Truth. The hearing will convene in room such and such, basically just telling everybody to meet. So, exposing the truth.
Let's see what that has. I don't foresee anything major coming out of it.
Apparently there's in some of these big hearings, old Immaculate Constellation will be brought up.
Oh, really?
Was another post here.
I could see that though.
Yeah. I mean, it's a pretty big deal. The press has reported Immaculate Constellation will be raised and discussed at the open hearings in the AARO in November of 2024. So one of these big hearings will definitely, well, I don't know, definitely as the media has put it, will be brought up, which is terrifying in itself.
Not to mention though, them committees are a joke anyways.
Yeah.
With all due disrespect, I mean,
because fuck them.
Well, if you've ever watched them, and I have taken an affinity to a lot of things of late, mostly just psychology and stuff like that. So I like watching a bunch of different things. Anyways, they never make anybody answer a question.
Yeah.
The party question can just run in circles and they just go, so I'll take that as a no. And they're like, well, and they're like, and then you just waste time and then you move on. And you're just like, oh my, like, why even have this if all you're going to do is literally waste taxpayer dollars? That's all you're doing. You're not getting to the bottom. They're getting as close to the truth as we are, essentially.
Which we all know that's not that great at this point.
Right. Yeah.
What's up, Bert? Hope all's well. What else? What the fuck else was I gonna say? Something about UFO-ness and congressional meetings. I can't remember. I cannot remember. But yeah, that should. Oh, the old TikToker Museum of Tarot.
Yeah,
we know him. He's releasing a book that is supposedly, according to him, basically the entire like governmental plan of dropping the fake alien invasion from Bluebeam.
I saw him talking a little bit about it because he had other books that he was referencing when he was talking about it.
Yeah.
I also want to point out that I love how he's okay with that theory, but then shits on everybody else's theories. So
yeah, he is another person that fully 100% knows the truth. And if it's not his truth, then it's not true.
Yeah.
But he was talking about how all these plasmoid UAPs, essentially, that's the big like talking point now. That's the hot button topic. are all like world government controlled. So probably like AI controlled technology, nothing off planet, nothing from out of the universe, which is, I mean, who knows at this point, honestly? Who even knows? Who even knows?
I don't know. I've heard some stuff in some of my recent research, and I swear that the guy that I'm looking into is actually one of our Discord people.
God, I hope so.
Maybe not. Maybe this Discord person just happens to read all of his information. I don't know. And
no, it's definitely a Discord person.
Yeah,
we're gonna
yeah. But I don't know. Like, I could see there being truth to it, but at the same time, I'm not sold on it, because there's a whole like out there theory about how the cabal is being exposed with their how do I word it, child stuff, the rings, and so they're creating massive diversions to wane away from it. And on one hand, you're like, okay, maybe, but is that actual reality at this point? Is that what we're gonna do? Not that it means people are gonna buy into it one way or the other, because our brains are so short-sighted anymore. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know. So I don't know. And it's hard to like kind of run into finding truth behind all these theories out there, some of these ones. But what's crazy is whenever they get acknowledged across the board, that's when you start to just be like, man, because now there's even like Rogan's even talking about some, not all of this, but some of these interweaving things where you're kind of like, geez, this is starting to get a little weird.
Yeah, it makes you, I don't know, like, it makes you wonder what's true, what's not true, where, like, what is even reality anymore? I don't know.
I don't either.
I don't know.
Like, I don't either. Like, there's so much evidence, like, there, in my opinion, there's so much evidence that points to some of these avenues, but it's still in your brain. You don't want to believe it.
No, you have more hope in humanity, I guess.
I don't know, man. Like, you just don't want to, like, especially when it comes to that stuff. Any type of S ring, you don't want to believe in it. You don't want that to be a reality. There's not one person that wants that to be a reality.
Not any good human beings, anyway.
Right. Yeah. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I hope that's not at all true, but I'm sure that it is, because the world is sick right now.
Yeah, and
the world needs some Hail Marys.
The more, like, I don't know, the more we don't want it to be real, the more evidence points that it's
that it's a thing.
Yeah. And probably way more prevalent than we want it to be.
Yeah, and it's crazy how fast we get distracted. I think that's probably one of the saddest parts, is how fast because the truth can just be laid out in front of us, and like we honestly just kind of ignore it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
that's
we
by
don't
design.
Yeah, we don't even focus on it.
That is by design. Speaking, like, if we're going this route, we might as well go on it. Did you hear, like, all the crazy shit about Mr. Beast?
Oh yeah. But he's
like
he's still up and running.
That shit's crazy. Like, old girl released all the work chat logs, and dude is talking about some nefarious things in there.
Is it? I don't know if I've seen that. Is in regards to him specifically, or people that work for him? Because I heard a couple months ago where it was people that worked for him partook in some very questionable things.
I think he's pretty thick in them work chats.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Did he get arrested? Because
No, I don't know. I don't really follow him that much.
Me either. I don't know a whole lot about him except that I know a couple years ago, like Maddox was big into him because I mean
a lot of people. I mean, he's literally like the biggest YouTuber, out there essentially.
Yeah. Let me see if that's a real thing. But anyway, these chat logs cover a lot of exactly what you were talking about, as well as dipping into the world of like cannibalism and all sorts of weird shit. So
that was a big thing amongst the elites years back. Remember when there was like a restaurant opened that played on that theme? But I mean, to our knowledge, it wasn't real. It was like essentially it was kind of like them people that are crazy good at making cakes, but they happen to make them look like people and so on and so forth.
And remember they were doing that weird like that weird cell like GMO manipulation where they were gonna make like human meat.
Yeah,
You
that's
remember
gross.
that? And like
Not
you could
really,
like
but I believe you.
I saw something like they were gonna like you could eat like a Kanye burger or some shit. Like it was
That is not
crazy.
appealing at all.
No, it's crazy. The old long pig. I told you guys from the get-go, if there's one thing I hate about the Midwest, it's all the goddamn cannibals.
Well, it's just terrible. I don't know why the fuck people are like that. And like I said, it used to be a pretty semi-crazy thought for even me to have. But now, in light of all the things that are kind of getting drudged up, you really start to question reality at this point.
It's nuts that's something that is like a real life conversation. Like they will probably be brought up in depositions and shit.
Yeah, that's the fucked up thing though, is that nothing ever happens with it. With all the power players, everybody's protected.
Oh yeah. You usually have one good scapegoat to kind of lull everybody back in. You know, like if they're pointing the finger at old Diddy, like look at all the people that dude partied with, right?
Dude, there is way more talk about him than I would have expected.
Yeah. I mean,
Like his name is getting thrown around everywhere. His connections are getting thrown around everywhere.
he's the new Epstein.
He is 100% the fall guy on this one.
Like just look at the people they both run around with. Like you don't fucking hang out with nefarious people if you're not a nefarious person yourself. That's just what it boils down to.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Like
pretty much.
If you go to Diddy parties, you're not gonna tell me your moral compass is straight up.
No.
Like that's just how it is.
And I'm not gonna pretend that some people might have got sucked in and then rolled it, because it's very possible that you went, didn't realize it was going to be this way. Things started going a little sideways, and you're like, all right, I'm rolling out. I'm out of here. This is getting a little weird. Those probably happened, right? But I would say the vast majority probably stuck around.
Yeah. You're in those circles for a reason.
Yeah.
And it's it's probably bad reasons.
Oh, 100%.
It is fucking crazy.
I don't know, dude. The world needs to be healed. That's for sure. Healed or cleansed, one or the other.
Like, is this wild? Like, it makes you wonder all these young celebrities that end up dying and shit. Like, how close were they to releasing some wild shit and they get smoked, or they get smear campaigned where nobody's going to believe them anyway. which is it's crazy. It is fucking crazy.
It is crazy. I even saw that, big ones like Jay-Z and Beyonce were starting to go after people who were using their names too much.
Which isn't that shocking. They're no matter what way you slice it, they are some of the most powerful people on the planet.
Oh yeah,
in one form or another.
Yep. Oh, I absolutely agree.
When the 55-gallon drums of baby oil get rolled out, it's time to leave.
That's no lie.
Yeah.
That is no lie.
Could you imagine being one of the first people to roll through fucking Diddy's apartment or crib and see opening that door and seeing thousands of bottles of that shit?
No. Nope, especially if it has ties to certain age people. I'm good.
Yeah.
I don't even understand how people can like mentally work those fields.
No, you have to be very good at compartmentalization.
Dude, I wouldn't be. There's no way.
Oh, I mean, I feel like the basically big Hollywood's just the tip of the iceberg. Like,
I'm sure it is.
Like, because big Hollywood's tied directly to all facets of big music.
Yeah.
Which is tied to all facets of other large form media, sports.
Yep.
It just probably runs the whole gamut because all these people walk in the same circles, right?
And it's crazy. Even you strip away all that stuff, but it's crazy to hear about what you assume, right? But it's crazy to hear well-established people come out and say everything's rigged, from the top music charts to the movies to the actors. It's all rigged. You don't get anything unless you know people and they're cool with you. If they have an issue with you, they just remove you from the equation in whatever way, shape, or form. Sometimes it's as simple as just, Steve, we're not going to let any of your music touch any of the lists. Good luck in life, bud. Good luck. But if you want to partake in these gnar ass parties and stuff, might be able to bump you up a couple slots.
Yeah, let us get some dirt on you.
Yeah,
and we'll see how it works.
No, I'm good. I'm good. I'll go work at Walmart.
Ace had just showed up, and we're already about to get got for this topic.
I ain't no lie.
Fuck it at this point. Run it. Yeah, it's a wild world, unfortunately.
It's crazy.
I think a lot more is going to get exposed before it goes away, which I mean needs to happen.
Well, and to be honest, like we were talking about just a minute ago, most of the ones that are going to get exposed are probably the small fish in the pond.
Yeah, because I mean, you think there's really only a couple tiers ahead of big Hollywood, and that's getting into political parties, and that's getting into big business.
Yeah, I think the big business is probably 90% of the world's problems.
Oh yeah, because they control politics.
Yeah, they control everything.
Yeah,
absolutely everything.
Yeah,
that's why places like the WEF and other places like that should be feared, because they have so much power. It's absolutely insane.
Yep, that's 100% true. Cat Williams was on the tip of the iceberg.
Yep.
Before all that shit went down.
There's been several people kind of toting it out there here recently before it kind of went full bore.
Who was that one child star musician who died not too long ago? Kind of like it was like almost fully documented him going crazy on TikTok.
I don't know.
And then he ended up overdosing or some shit. But he was it Aaron Carter? I can't remember.
Could have been.
But he was talking about it, and he was adamant. If anything happens to me, it's not me that's doing it. And then
I think it was him. I think it was him. It is. It's a terrifying thought to think that it's that simple to just get clipped, disappeared.
especially now, like everything's so documented. Like all they could do is give you like 2 weeks worth of like paranoia posting, and everybody would question your you know, like question your brain.
Yeah.
They'd be like, I mean, he clearly wasn't in his right mind anyway.
And Conan Davis, I agree. I agree. A lot of it is due to the ignorance and inaction of the masses.
Oh yeah, which is not going anywhere, unfortunately.
No, and it's because they've essentially got us in a perfect storm. And I hate to word it that way. I hate to paint that picture, but I think it's true. I think they've created a perfect storm for us where they have made us so focused on day-to-day life that we don't have the energy and time to focus that energy elsewhere, because we're all extremely worried about losing our job, about not being able to pay, because we've made it such a huge part of our life to make sure your bills are paid on time, make sure you've got food on the table. You know, the whole day-to-day life is such a massive part of everything that we don't want to deviate. I mean, I have a union job, and 90% of the time you can't even get the union brothers to stand together
Same.
because they are worried about losing their job. And that's just on work related shit. That's no crazy stuff.
Yep. 100%. You never get everybody on the same page. Never in a million, unless there's one massive common enemy that shows up.
Yeah.
It's the only way. It's the only way to even put it together.
Yep.
And piggybacking off of what Kyle said with life as itself being so consuming and overwhelming, what's 99.9% of everyone's escape from that? Their phones, social media.
Yep.
And that in themselves is our own little echo chamber think tanks that we dive into.
Yep.
And that is even worse icing on the cake, because that is no form of escape. That keeps your anxiety through the roof and all kinds of shit. It's like a perfectly planned, well-oiled machine to keep everybody down. Close, Twiz. It's close second.
Yeah, everybody knows how I feel about social media. It's trash. Trash, trash, trash.
Yep, it's designed to just numb your brain.
Yeah. And I get it, right? I get that, especially some days you just want to come home and unwind with like a guilty pleasure, essentially. But the everyday thing that's where it gets troublesome. And there are people, and to be fair, there are people out there that aren't mentally built to handle that that amount of controversy and asinine and just dumb like we do. You know what I mean?
And that's again part of the design, man. Just sucks you in and beats you down.
Oh, dude, there's days where I catch myself
It's easy
being more judgmental than I should, and then I step back and I'm like, no, it's fine. They have a right to their opinions too.
Yep, and it's designed like that. It is. If you watch your algorithm, like you'll have a bunch of people talking the points that you're like really privy to, and then it'll throw one in there, throw you a curveball, and you're like, this motherfucker.
Yeah.
And it's designed like that.
Yeah.
Just kind of little kerosene on the fire.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and that's what I like about my admission is that I try to be the best version that I can be, but I still get caught up in some of the bullshit where it starts sucking me in, and I'm like, no. Take a breath. Step back.
Set it down.
Step back.
Yeah.
They're not hurting nobody with that opinion. They're not directing it to you. They're not taking shots at you and yours. Let them have their opinion. It's okay. It's not a big deal. You got to give and get in this world.
It is easy to get consumed by it, though.
It is, man, and it sucks. And I don't. And the even worse is I don't think very many people are that conscious either. Where they feel themselves being sucked into the trap, and they go,
Oh,
nope,
yeah.
nope. Let's take a step. Let's take a step. I think a lot of people just go, all right, we're doing this.
Yeah, I think like I said, I think a lot of people turn to it as a form of escape, and then all of a sudden, like, your cute cat videos and your favorite music videos start to sort of
Yeah,
leaning toward, you know, ideologies and shit that you didn't really intend to go there for, but they just weave themselves in.
yeah. I'm not going to specifically call them out, but there have been. I'm assuming it's banned on Instagram, and I swear for like a month straight, if I went to my reels, they were the very first thing every single time, and I fucking despise them, hate them, don't like you at all. And it got to the point where I just had to block them. I just had to absolutely block them. Where I'm like, why? Why am I seeing this every day? I don't like this band at
Come on,
all.
Kyle, you might.
You're terrible.
Have you
No,
tried it out?
no, no. I'm not going to. I'm
How about
okay.
you just try it out today?
Yeah, like I was never into the style of like, oh, what was that band? I don't remember who they were called.
The Beatles.
No, I didn't like them either.
Same.
Or Nickelback.
Catch hella hate for that.
I don't care. I watched a video of Nickelback getting shit thrown at them, and then they quit, and I laughed. Who sung the Black Parade? What was that band name?
My Chemical Romance.
That's it. So that they kind of fit that genre, which was never my genre. I absolutely hated that stuff. And I'm like, okay, go away. And I just had to finally block them. So I've been doing that a lot more, just blocking the unnecessaries that are just drudging through. Where I'm like, oh, man, it's not that I hate you personally. I just don't like your music.
Especially with
really
stuff down my throat.
Yeah. So I'm like, all right, bye. See ya. Get out of here. Speaking of, since we're kind of all in this route, I did see something. I don't know if I feel like it's a little bit older news, and we may have talked about it before, but it's popping up again. I saw how the World Economic Forum is gunning to create the technology, if they don't already have it, to implant thoughts and stuff into your head.
Which is probably already happening.
That's kind of where I'm at. That's where I'm at. But I don't know. There's some lady talking about like your ear pods. I feel like I've talked about it before. If I haven't, it's deja vu. But she was talking about your ear pods and all the devices that we have, and they're being able to essentially hijack it and start implanting thoughts and images into your brain, which isn't that far off from like the ads that we get on our phones and stuff. You know what I mean? I feel like it's probably a rendition of that somehow.
Oh yeah. I will. You'll never convince me otherwise that they can lock into our brains.
Oh, I agree.
Like the one thing that stands out to me, and I use it as an example all the time because it's so asinine and so far off the beaten path, was on TikTok. Just didn't mention it, didn't listen to him, didn't say a fucking word. I was just thinking in my brain, there's a band, he is legend. I'm like, I've never seen them on TikTok. Never ever. They don't have a page, they don't have anything. And I was thinking that earlier in the day. Not less than an hour later, pop open the old talk, and there's the lead singer's TikTok. First video. I'm like, what are the chances of that happening? And then I realized that it was the feds listening to my brain.
100% it. And I've spoke on it several times, but I'll never forget when Tony had the CEO of Randonautica on, and he was openly talking about scientists figuring out a way to jack into human consciousness and start manipulating that stream.
Oh yeah. Speaking of Randonautica, Damn, I saved it, but I've never talked about it because I don't know if it was a video or what the fuck it was. Somebody was um perusing the dark web, right? Kind of creeping around, and it came up to this web page where essentially the people on the dark web could send out geographical markers for people using an unnamed app on the surface web. I had to find it. I'll have to find the article or the video or whatever, but it was fucking crazy that possibly this page on the dark web could be manipulating people using apps like Randonautica.
I believe it.
I do too, and it sucks.
Yeah. I mean, there's huge vested interest in that market of manipulation.
Yeah, because think of the connotations of that. Like, it's crazy.
Love you. Yeah, it is absolutely. If you get access to that, you have an untapped potential for making money.
Oh yeah, or doing other weird nefarious shit. Like
That's also true.
I can't remember the name of the dark web page, but it was creepy. I don't know. I'll have to look. I saved it somewhere, but I can't ever tell where. Here we are talking about social media. I can't tell what social media app I saved it on.
I'm bad about that too, and I only have Instagram. And sometimes it's weird because I'll swear I send myself posts that I want to reference later, and then they disappear on me.
I get that too. I get that too.
I get a bunch of weirdos that get added to my accounts that says I followed them. I'm like, no, there's no way I followed you.
It does that on my TikTok too.
Absolutely no way I followed you.
It'll add and delete people. I'm like, what in the fuck? Changing gears a little bit, we did go on the Higher Side Chats Friday.
Yeah.
And we got to hang out for a couple hours and have some good conversation about some of our past shows. With Greg, it was our first time we got to sit down and talk with him. Awesome.
Pretty cool guy.
Yeah. Awesome. Smart dude.
Yeah.
Crazy smart dude.
Sure.
It was a good interview.
Yeah.
I know for you guys, it's good. We pretty much touched on a bunch of our past episodes because like it's going out on his show. So we kind of wanted to talk about a little bit of that, but the conversation's good.
Yeah.
Like I said, anybody that hasn't tuned into Greg, definitely do because he's a knowledgeable dude.
No, for sure. He's been doing this a long time as well.
Yeah. Yeah. He is one of the OGs. But it was a good time. It was a good time. We don't know when we talked, we don't know when it's going to drop. He said it really depends on all of the election fodder that kind of comes out now that the election's done. But like he said, it's kind of a can drop anytime episode because we just talked about me and Kyle's journey and some of the weird shit we were looking into. So look out for that. Once he drops it, we'll definitely share it on all the socials and stuff and let everybody jump in there and
for sure
kick it. How'd everybody like the first part of that Lake City Quiet Pills episode? There's been a lot of positive feedback.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
It's a
really enjoyed it. The second part is way better.
Yeah, it's a heater. It's when you get into the meat.
It's good.
That was a perfect cliffhanger ending of the first episode, if I do say so myself.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's right up my alley. Like I absolutely love action movies and stuff, and that's what it reads like. It just reads like some Tom Clancy novel or some shit.
Yeah, it really does. It really does. I can't remember if did we talk about the damn, now I forgot the name of it. Did we talk about the ammunition plant on the first episode, or was it on the second episode?
I have no idea.
I can't remember which one it was either, but people were making I can't remember if we mentioned it in the first one, but people were making the connection in the Discord. They're like, that's a place where they make ammunition for the DoD. I'm like, yeah. Now you're putting the pieces together.
Yeah, so it probably was mentioned on the second episode.
Yeah, which is,
I'm gonna assume anyways.
I wish you could find access to those, the old chat logs, like when people were breaking it down and debunking all the HTML codes and shit. It'd be wild to access that.
Speaking of that and changing direction, have you seen all this shit about people seeing like an underlying universe with code written in it, like legitimately that we are working upon a simulation?
Oh yeah, I have heard that.
I've been seeing so much chatter about it. Like there's people that, which I don't know, maybe they're on fucking drugs. I have no idea, but they're able to use some type of laser and see into the next realm or some shit, and they just see bunches of code.
I didn't hear that, but
it sounds crazy, but it's nuts to have different, like not just one avenue of information come out and suggest this, that there are more and more people putting together that there is like one whole dimension that is just code.
I hope so.
That sucks.
Dude, there was something else about the universe being coded. Let me Google and see if I can find it.
I thought it was really interesting.
Oh, never mind. Google AI says there's no conclusive proof that the universe is a simulation code.
I know. I
cool.
looked up something too about the WEF, and everything was fact checked. So I'm like, oh, cool. Thanks, guys. So, I don't know.
I saw something where
I'm definitely not going to talk about it because freaking YouTube will get us in trouble.
Oh, this one ain't going anywhere anyway.
I had to take a test the other day, and it's on like the same material. So,
and that's just because I made a joke.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're probably gonna get a whole flag for this one, but that's fine. I don't know. I couldn't find it. I saw something about the universe being code and answered all the questions of the universe. I don't know. I might just be making shit up at this point. Who knows? What else was I gonna say?
You need to start asking ChatGPT to figure that out for us.
Yeah. ChatGPT wins the end of the world.
I feel like that's a thing now where certain people are doing that and making it content.
Oh,
I've seen that quite frequently.
Yeah, there are big shows that just let ChatGPT GTP, whatever it is, just write their whole shows. They're like, this is brought to you by ChatGPT.
Oh, they really say that?
Yeah, they're like, hey, this episode was written by ChatGPT. They're like, hey, write us an episode on such and such.
Why do they shout it out?
I don't know. It's probably part of the soul contract they made with their AI overlords.
Touche.
I'm trying to stay on their good side personally. Every time I use Midjourney, I'm like, thank you.
I was actually thinking about that the other day, though. That I was listening to somebody explain movies and why they suck now, and it has a lot to do with the way the market changed. How they don't like movies don't go to physical DVD anymore, and movies lose shitloads of money because of that. Or not so much because they do still go to DVD, but a lot of it is digital now. Everybody wants digital, right?
Yeah.
Which, by the way, digital is insanely overpriced. Come on, guys.
Oh, dude,
it's absolutely ridiculous.
And remember how much like pre C word. Think of how much money movies raked in at the box office.
Yeah.
Like some cases, billions of dollars. And that has not recovered since then. Has not came back.
No.
So
No, because everything went digital and people got used to it.
Yeah.
But now they're charging like $20 to rent a movie.
Yeah, that's what I see.
That's
Deadpool
nuts.
Wolverine.
Yeah.
It was like $25 to rent it for 2 days.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, you can pay me $25 to watch your stupid shitty movie.
Yeah, it's absolutely crazy.
Fucking dorks.
I think what's happening is, and it's honestly, if you think about it, it's so beneficial. They're just gonna automate movies and all forms of entertainment in the near future.
Oh yeah.
It's all gonna be AI.
Convenience. Oh, totally automated. I believe that.
Yeah, like it literally be you and me sitting down writing scripts and writing scenes. That's all it's gonna be.
It's probably
and then have an AI generate it.
It's already started to happen.
Yeah, I know.
People are picking out like AI art in the backgrounds of like movies and animation or movies and films and shit instead of like using an actual artist's art. They're like, here, well, and like, well, where I saw a TikTok where some woman was like shopping at Michael's or some shit, and they're selling wall art, and it's literally AI because you can see all the screw ups and all the mess ups in the background, where like the people got 6 fingers and shit.
It'll get perfected though because, like, we use Suno to make music and stuff, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And did you see now you can make profiles?
No, I haven't been on it in a hot minute.
So now, say I make a song that I like. I like the vocalist on it. I like the setup. You can now add that to the profile. So you're essentially building your own band. And then when I make another song, it uses that same setup to make another song.
That's fucking sick.
So that's what I mean. Like, that's how they're going to do movies and stuff. They're just going to make profiles. Like, oh, we want Steve to look like this. They build them in that, and then it gets generated. And like, all right, this is what I want him to look like. Now let's move him through this world.
Oh yeah, I think AI can be a great tool in all facets of its capabilities, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even so in the art world, like even just being able to generate concepts to get real human artists get their wheels turning, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, great. Absolutely.
But it will never stay like that.
No,
it will for sure. Like I got, what was it? A couple months ago, it got to the point to where AI was referencing, there was so much AI art in the world, AI began cannibalizing itself. It got to the point now to where it more oftenly references AI art than it does human art, which is crazy.
Yeah, I like the idea of AI art and AI music and AI movies.
As long as they're pegged as such.
Yeah, I agree. But I like it because it gives people an opportunity to explore those fields. You know what I mean? To be creative without like having said ability to be creative. Because I always liked drawing, but I never could draw. I sucked at it.
Same.
You know?
Same.
And there's times I've tried getting into Illustrator and doing all this stuff, and I just don't have that artistic touch. I have the thoughts, but it's hard for me to translate them to image.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I have zero artistic ability, and I don't have the patience or the foundation or the wherewithal to turn that into artistic ability. So,
like I fully believe that everybody could learn to do it, but stuff like that takes dedication,
years and years and years to get good at.
Yep.
Which is not for me.
Yeah, so it's a definitely, but in regards as of right now, when it comes to music, I don't think personally, this is me personally, I don't think AI has the ability yet to articulate lyrics like humans can.
No, not from what we've dabbled in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It gets close sometimes.
It does.
There are times in its verbiage and the way that it uses its syllables and stuff. You're like, damn, that's pretty fire.
Yeah. There's that, and then I do see your point there. I was more even referring to like the writing of lyrics. Like as of right now, I feel like humans are way better at writing lyrics than AI is.
Oh yeah, the ones that, like, if you have Suno put them together, you're like, oh my god, it's like a 11-year-old writing a poem.
Yeah.
It'll rhyme the same words consistently.
Yeah.
Every time. You're like, get out of here. Get the fuck out of here. What is the chat going on about?
I don't know.
Rocks in the sink.
Rocks and sinks and all types of stuff.
It's probably a Fae trap, John.
Probably.
That's what you get for traipsing around in cemeteries, bro. You get haunted, Fae. Fae ghosts.
True.
Vin Diesel's in.
Hell yeah. My guy. Family.
It does look like Vin Diesel.
Family.
What about you guys? Heard anything weird? Anything strange? Paranormally going on? Paranormally. Us too, Colleen. We're not sure where the chat is taking a left turn.
I think Fago is probably dead on. Well, whatever the conversation is, that's probably dead on.
Fago. I guess nobody ever made the connection between the Juggalo soda and the nymphs in the woods.
I love how he's just fully embraced it. I live my life a quarter mile at a time.
Yeah. Yeah. Steve, live Ouija session in the graveyard. I'm here for it, bro.
Well, all Steve has to do is go outside.
Yeah, and I got Ouija boards. I can't move my camera, but they're right over there.
Oh, you can attach your phone to StreamYard and then go outside.
Oh yeah, my front yard is a cemetery.
Yeah.
So I can have. Essentially, we just have a Ouija session in here, and it's basically the cemetery.
Oh, Steve's the one that found the alien photo. If it's that one that you're referencing.
Oh yeah, it just popped up on Twitter. They said, "Hey, this guy in I don't remember where it was, Spain or somewhere, took a picture of this alien."
I don't remember.
And the alien looked pretty real. Like, man, if this is fake, they put a lot of work into it, and it doesn't look. Just from my untrained eye, it doesn't look manipulated. It doesn't look like an AI image. It looks like, because AI, though, like Midjourney struggles to make a gray alien. You put alien in, and it immediately goes to xenomorph. Yeah, I'm like, wow, this is cool. This is not what I'm looking for.
Yeah, I've noticed that. I used a different one for a while, and it did the xenomorph thing too.
Yeah, it goes directly to Hollywood alien as opposed to gray alien. But I found that, and usually that's kind of our go-to if we're perusing Reddit or we're perusing X or Facebook or anything, and something like catches us pretty off guard. We'll save it and then save the information and then try to put it out to all you.
Yeah, I've started a whole new
it's great
National Enquirer style posting on Snapchat. I'm actually extremely proud of it.
Yeah, if you don't follow the Instagram, I know here we are preaching no social medias and shit.
Yeah,
if you don't follow the Instagram, follow the Instagram.
Yeah, it's legit.
Kyle's the new weekly world news.
Yeah, and so what I'm gonna try to start doing, and I dropped the ball on this last one, but I am gonna try to kind of include a little bit of a zinger in there, like with the James Hetfield. I mean, naturally that's funny in itself, but then I put the James Hetfield telescope spotted alien Armada headed towards Earth, experts say.
Excellent.
And with this one, I think the picture was taken in a office or something like that. I think it was a security guard of an office took the picture of the alien. And so I was gonna write something about how aliens are stealing office supplies or some shit like that. You know, just funny little quirky little things that have absolutely nothing to do with it, but you know, it'll be the real information and then a dumb little tagline.
A great little tagline. It is something else. I was gonna say something about the Mothman.
I spent like my whole rain day the other day working on that, just getting the layout right.
Mothman sighting a couple weeks ago at Illinois State University. I follow Lon Strickler on Facebook, and he's been getting a bunch of new reports up north in Illinois of more Mothman sightings.
Where
I think he posted
like Chi-Town North.
Yeah, kind
of
up that
going
way.
There.
Yeah,
the Mothman could be out there every night, and I ain't going to fucking Chicago.
No, he's probably getting shot at.
Guaranteed.
Yeah, he just posted this 6 hours ago. I was just contacted by another Chicago Mothman witness. We'll post more information tomorrow. So there's something up there people are seeing flying around, flying here and there.
Well, it's been flying around Chicago for quite some time because we did an episode on that a long time ago.
Yeah, and I found like 150 reports back then. That was probably 3 or 4 years ago.
I remember that. I do remember that.
Yeah, I mean, if it's looking for trauma, Chicago's definitely the place to find it. So
touche.
What does the Mothman eat?
I don't know.
Old clothes?
Probably.
Yeah. That is funny. Kaylee says, I love how you say the James Hetfield telescope, and we all know exactly what you mean.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I'm actually bummed out. My mom and sister were out thrifting not too long ago and found an old ass Ouija board. Probably not one of the like super old ones, but probably one of the first like Parker Brothers releases still in the plastic. And she's like, I got a bad feeling about it, so I didn't buy it. I'm like, that's the reason you do buy it.
Yeah. And it just would have been a handoff. She would have bought it for you and just handed it off.
I accept all soul contracts and paranormal responsibility in the gifts that I get.
That's a little heavy.
Fuck it at this point.
I ain't going with soul contracts.
That's on me, not Kyle.
Yeah.
Anybody sending me cursed objects.
I'm not giving up my soul. Sorry about you.
God, JJ's gonna listen to that and she's gonna be like, idiot.
Yeah.
Idiot.
Fuck. Absolute dumb.
What's the worst that could happen? What's the worst that could happen?
Oh, I'm sure there's a lot of bad things.
I already got demonic protection. So
maybe.
We're just gonna roll with it. See what happens. Screaming at the phone. Man signing his life away on the live. It's fine. It's fine.
Yes, yeah, I'm not doing that.
I'm fully posting it up. This is a singular Steve issue. Not a Kyle.
Yeah, I'm not getting sucked into this.
I bet we start getting some cool shit in the mail though.
We might.
And if my life goes to shambles, it's going to make for really great podcast entertainment for a little while.
Maybe. Oh, send it over.
Oh, that's dope. Yeah.
I was going to do that. Well, my coworker had one of those laser engravers because I've got all them cool pieces of walnut that I've been letting dry in the shed, and I was going to mill one down, flatten it, and then have him burn a Ouija board into it for us.
That's sick.
Yeah, but he ended up getting rid of the laser engraver, so back to square one.
Damn it. Where else we at here? Man signing away the entire live. Whoops. It's fine. It's fine. It's all going to be just fine. Oh, we're still going on with the pebbles in the sink drain. Protesting in downtown Chicago, which isn't really that shocking. I expected there to be more backlash than there is, honestly. So you're saying that you'll accept the souls that are trapped in the Ouija board. Will said souls pay some bills?
That's a reasonable ask.
Yeah.
Since you will be housing them.
See you, Chuggy. Stay safe, bud. You're saying that you'll accept the soul. If I accept the souls, do they belong to me?
That's a valid question. I feel like that's fair.
Because I mean, how else would you be accepting of them? You just got to put them to work. I don't know, man. Maybe it's all part of my fate. Closing arguments for the Delphi case tomorrow. I actually haven't been. I've been paying a little bit of attention, right? Not crazy amounts of attention, like because I follow some true crime TikTokers from the old Hollow TikTok page, and I kind of keep up on that a little bit. I need to look into it a little bit more. I saw some of the information from the deposition comes out, and it's pretty gruesome, but that will be interesting to see.
Speaking of true crimey, something I've never heard before, but I saw making its rounds. JonBenet Ramsey is Katy Perry.
Have I heard that before?
I don't think I ever have, but I saw it the other day and I was like, well, I didn't look into it at all. I planned on it just to maybe one day build one of them episodes of just like weird celebrity issues like that.
I think I've heard that before. I don't remember if it was Katy Perry. Yeah, I think it was Katy Perry. I think I have heard that little theory running around out there.
I thought that could be a fun one, trying to dig around into those types of weird cases like that.
Yeah, like Taylor Swift being Anton LaVey's daughter.
Yeah.
They do look a little bit alike.
It is weird.
She is an old god.
It is weird.
If you don't know what I'm talking about, sign up for the Patreon. You can listen to it.
Well, Steve's always a Necro and Diablo.
Oh, yeah. That's my go-to.
Yeah.
I was built for this. I was built for summoning the dead. Is that house still for sale? What house? Katy Perry's house?
I have no idea. Actually, I'm not going to be able to afford it, so it doesn't matter.
Shout out to who makes our headphones? Rodecaster?
Yeah, Rode.
Shout out to Rode for giving me headphones that broke. I had to super glue them.
Yeah, mine are cracked too.
Shout out to Loctite for holding Rode together.
They're gonna get an email in the near future.
Get them, Kyle. Maybe we'll get free equipment.
I got a couple bones to pick with some organizations. Not that it'll make any. It won't matter at all.
It matters to me.
Yeah. Well, I just got turned to collection, so yay. Yeah.
Hell yes.
Fucking $200 medical bill.
Nah, don't bug it. Who cares?
I've literally paid over $2,000 this year, and they're like, "Well, you missed a month. We're gonna go ahead and turn you into collection." I'm like, "Awesome, thanks."
Say good luck getting that, and then just change your number.
I thought about it.
Fuck them.
I really have thought about it because they literally collection calls me every single day now.
That's the worst.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about blocking the number and then just being like, that sucks.
That is the worst.
It does. It makes me so mad when people do that shit over the littlest amounts. Like, dude, I've paid so much money this year to you assholes. What makes you think I'm not going to continue?
Yeah, just if you're that mad about it, give me all my money back and shut up. Man sells soul on live stream, then suddenly buys Katy Perry's mansion in California. My soul's probably not worth that much. Let's be honest. Yeah, I say block that son bitch.
All right, cool, bet. Colleen is now my lawyer, and she has advised that I block it.
I'm with it. Bap. That's the best piece of advice I've heard all day.
Yeah, that's facts.
What are they gonna do?
Yeah, my mom was like, "What are you gonna do?" And I was like, "I don't know. I might just pay it when I feel like it at this point, because I'm pretty sure any medical bills under, this is not advice at all whatsoever, but I'm pretty sure that under $500 it doesn't hurt your credit. So
what the fuck is credit anyway?
I'm like, well, I mean, then what am I scared of then? What are you gonna do?
Ta-da!
I kind of want to answer and to get to a point where they're like, I want to fight you.
Twiz says if you block it, they just call from another number. I've been living this for 20 years. I got it.
I will give them 1 ounce of respect in regards that they literally call one time every day at about 9 o'clock.
They are persistent, aren't they?
Oh, every day, every single day.
I've had friends use me as a reference on loans and then just decide not to, and then also ghost the collection company to where the collection company calls me.
Cool.
And they're like, "Hey, so-and-so owes us some money." I'm like, "Well, that sucks for them and you because I am not them."
When I first got my cell phone, it was like that.
Just kept getting collection calls.
Yeah. Who was it? Paulie. They're calling for Paulie. So, yeah, and I'm like, I am not fucking Paulie.
Paulie's dead. I don't know. You're gonna have to settle that out with yourself.
Yeah, we're looking for Paulie. I'm like, I have no fucking clue who you're talking.
Yeah, you got him. What's up? I love when people like I long wait for people to accidentally text my phone. I had it happen one time about 2 years ago. Some gal accidentally texted my phone and like was sending me like pictures of kids in Halloween costumes and shit. And I'm like, this is fucking weird. I think she thought I was her aunt. So I just like started sending pictures back of like Frank, the dog, and which clearly was not any dog that her aunt would have owned, I'm fairly certain. But it didn't really check off anything. Finally, I'm like, hey, I'm not who you think you're talking to. And they're like, oh shit. And I'm like, it's okay, see ya.
I've watched the ones where people legitimately fuck with those people.
I wasn't even like trying to be nefarious or anything. I'm like, this is kind of funny. So here's a picture of my dog. And they're like, oh, this is also my aunt's dog.
I know this is not even remotely close, but I read one the other day that fucking had me rolling. Somebody texted the number, and I can't remember the entirety of the conversation, but it was about a dude and his girlfriend, and he's like, hey, tell so-and-so to call me or whatever. And so the person just started playing along, and they're like, no, he's just gonna ignore it. Like, she's just not trying to talk to you. And he's like, why? Blah, blah, blah. And she's like, well, she just said that you're being petty and immature. And he's like, I'm the one that's fucking petty. She sold my fucking PlayStation.
Damn.
Like, it was just a big conversation, and he freaked out in the end. He's like, she sold my fucking PlayStation.
I do. I just wait for that because you see those interactions and it's so funny. And I'm just like, come on,
it would be funny.
Somebody's gonna text accidentally text it. And I'm never like enough. I get a fuck ton of weird phone calls, but 99% of the time it's just telemarketer bullshit, or hell, probably collections now.
Yeah.
But I'm like, man.
Yeah, I just hate that we live in a world where there's no leniency, where it's just like, oh, you missed one payment, we're gonna send you to collections. It's like, well, God forbid anybody have a hard time in life. Yeah, geez.
Yeah, it's ignorant. You make 200 payments on time, and the one time it's late, they're like,
that's what I'm saying. I paid over $2,000, and they're like, yeah, you're an asshole. I'm gonna send you to collection now.
I'd say fucking send it. I'm sending you to collections.
Both of my surgeries were done through that hospital. I'm like, well, I paid the first one, so I mean,
can you just sit collections on anyone? Can we like send collections on, like, I don't know, Pizza Hut?
Just turn collections into FOIA chasers.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I like it. Took a minute to connect to my brain, but I like it. They are persistent. You got to give them that. The worst they did was give us caller ID. That's facts. Oh, man. We'll probably have to call it a little bit short tonight, Hollow Cult, because me being the crown prince of procrastination, I have not packed yet. I haven't done literally anything to be ready to leave in 6 hours because, I don't know, that's just welcome to the life of Steve.
Yeah, just
what it is.
Toss a bunch of shit in a duffel bag and hit the road.
I know I should have just left my shit in there from last time. I just drove down there like 2 weeks ago.
I would highly advise throw a bunch of shit in a duffel bag, take a nap, then hit the road.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get some sleep.
I would definitely advise that.
My sleep schedule is so backwards. I was only gonna take a nap this morning
when I got your job.
home. Yeah, you're talking. Now you're talking.
I finally got moved back to 8, so I'm a little bit happier about that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I figured it had to be close. Did it go with the time change, I assume?
Yeah.
Yeah. I figured it had to be close. I will be safe, Twiz. Like I said, I'm planning on leaving about I'm planning on waking up. Let me rephrase that. About 3. I want to get through the old STL before 5 because that's when it starts getting a little nutty. And there's also a lot of the interstate that's
you don't have to drive too much through St. Louis, though.
No, but 44 is a
yeah, 44 does suck.
And there's parts of it that were underwater yesterday from all the rain. I don't know if they're reopened yet.
That's cool.
So I might be doing some rerouting. But yeah, it was cool. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Make sure you tune in Monday for part 2 of the old Quiet Pills episodes.
It's good. It's worth it.
Yeah. It gets real. Hope everybody had a good week. Thanks again for kicking it with us. Damn, 62 people in here. Hit that like button, the subscribe, the notification bell. And Steve on vacation, another field trip, Kyle. Yeah, last time I went to Texas, you guys got invaded by aliens.
This is true.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have anything going on this weekend. I don't know.
Need a Ouija board?
I don't plan very far ahead.
Nah, we live our life a quarter mile at a time.
That's just true.
I got a Ouija board if you guys need one. I know Kyle's not trying to fuck with the Ouija board.
John I've done them before.
Will you do it in Cemetery X?
No.
That was a hard stop.
Ew. Nope.
Hard no.
No, I'm good.
I get it. I'll just have to do it by myself.
Yeah, most likely.
Be like, Steve, stop moving the planchette. It's only you on the planchette.
Yeah.
All right, though. Thanks for kicking it with us. Love you guys. It's always cool to hang out. Until next time, stay safe, stay weird, and I don't know, just be cool. Be good to one another.